Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing well. I'm okay. I wasn't gonna listen to a Lionel Nation, and then I did, like a dummy. And he was calling that Dylan thing a she again. I have a theory on that. This is coming from a guy that has transsexual tendencies, or his wife is transsexual with lesbian tendencies. Somewhere in between there is the absolute truth, because no real man is going to call another man a she and put his wife in danger and other women in danger with that language and the acceptance of not just the oddity, but what is forbidden by my God. So I don't care who your God is, dude, you're whacked, you know. So unless you did it just to get a rise out of me, well, you're doing a lot more than that, because you are destroying your own life. You may not see it like that, but that's totally up to you. We all do what we feel that we must do, but luckily I'm not doing it for money like some old whore, whatever, or passive in the society that can harm other people. So whatever. And I know you don't like that word whore either, because your wife makes money off of helping whores off the street. I know. Isn't that sad? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there's going to be some noise because Doug's got to go up under in the house and think probably either work on, there might be a piece of our plumbing that came loose. Things happen, you know. So he's working on that. And I'm not really doing too much until I recover. I used to work through my pain, but now when people try to take my life by changing the temperature in the house or their little finagling ways, and it affects my health, they get out of me what they give. So that would be absolutely nothing, and in fact less than nothing. So he watched my video yesterday, and he was trying to make excuses for it, and I'm like, dude, like, he was tired and whatever. I said I could tell a 5-year-old not to open the window in the middle of the night, and they would get the concept, so just shut it down right there. And I walked away. No, I've been through this. If you knew how many times I have been attacked like that, and it's a real thing, and they know it is. So, yeah, no excuses are acceptable anymore. So, if you're living around people that do things to you physically and you can't prove that it's actual attempted murder, that's exactly what it is. So, because his true wife is a demon just like he is, and she lives with somebody else to try and destroy him because he's a man of God, like I'm a woman of God. And that's what these creatures are doing. And I believe that everyone with God in their heart is surrounded by creatures to try and take you down. That's, I'm fully in line with that way of thinking from what I've seen in my life out of people. So, what do you think? I have another theory that I shared that I've told you before, but I really believe that the only man that could combat me wouldn't. He probably wouldn't even think of it. And the ones that have tried have never won. So you might want to consider your words when you're feeling, you know, what I showed you, my balance, that's not combat. What do you think? I'm just going to stand there and that I'm not fast? If you can't dance, you better not spar, you know? If you're not limber, if you're not quick, and you can't, I mean, you might be able to hit hard, but probably not even getting close to a martial artist. That's just, it's silly. What do you think? Somebody that took Taekwondo or something can't punch or don't have combinations? Come on now. For real. It's silly to even, that's silly. Ugh, you have no clue. People that can you skip? Can you like skip in and step back and do a tornado kick? Can you spin kick? What can you do? Do you do a flying drop kick? And yeah, you got combinations. How quick is that? And your fingers might be quick and your fists might be big, but is it going to get to me? No, it is not. That's the point. Just stop your nonsense. Stop being combative with me. I am a woman, and if I have to fight you, I will fuck you up. So, anyway. And like I said, my theory is there's probably one man walking the face of this earth without a weapon that could take me out by the grace of God. And him and I would never combat. So that's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. Because from experience, I always see the opening. I can see even through your anger in your brain that there's always an opening where there is anger. And my sorrow would spur me on to heights that you couldn't jump. So there you go. I think I'm done. But no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I can't stand a man sitting out there calling another man a she. What is wrong with you? You're getting down with the sickness, and that's disturbing. Yeah. Well, I gave you my scenarios, you know, on that, my thoughts. Unless it stops, you know. I may not stop watching. I might get more combative. It just depends on how this is going to escalate and who's going to put down their arms. I am not. I am not going to stop fighting for real women and children out here that are in fear of these mental motherfuckers. And that's how I feel about that. Am I talking to somebody that has trained every day of their life? Couch potato wants to kick my ass. Wow. Funny little man. Oh, by the way, I did share some songs I used to play when I was a part of a country band in my teenage years. Well, no, um, those songs were about 20 years old, I guess. Pre-children, before kids. And I was trying to make it, most of the people in the band didn't want it to be country anyway. We were more into Creedence Clearwater Revival stuff. Um, some really good rock and roll back then. Sort of country, but not quite. Like we'd played Looking Out My Back Door, that was a pretty big hit, even in the country crowd. But yeah. So yeah, Merle Haggard was one of my favorites. So, I didn't do anything special yesterday. Sometimes I get an urge to go and watch fireworks, but see, they have them. A lot of people would go out on their boats or on their pontoons out on the lake. The lake people and yeah, the lake people, people of the lake, um, and they'll go out there and it gets quite spectacular actually. But we had them right out our back door last night. The neighbors up above us have three little girls, and they had some pretty spectacular fireworks. In fact, the cats were scared. Yeah, scared the living crap out of them. In fact, when I first heard it, I knew what it was, but there's some really big ones, and just the first explosion was like, and the second one was a little like, you know, if you don't know they're coming, they're a little bit shocking. That'd be like if somebody shot me, which I've been shot before, but um, yeah, it would hurt. If it doesn't kill me, it's gonna hurt. You know, in my leg, long time ago. My brother was shooting and he shot a tree. It ricocheted and it went into my leg. I think my dad almost beat the living shit out of him. It didn't take much to give him an excuse to beat up his adopted children, though. So that wasn't anything that was honorable or anything like that to beat up a kid for any reason. So, but yeah, he had his gun taken away. So anyway, my favorite gun when I was growing up was a Remington 22 black nylon stock long rifle, and I'd use hollow points if I was serious about anything, but just the fun of it to see how many rounds I could like make a pop can dance or something, was kind of fun. So it got boring, sometimes. Now archery is more to my liking. Um, I love it. Or throwing axes and knives. Love it. Chinese stars. They're fun. Dangerous. But anyway, just a minute here. Can I help you with anything? I am making a video, but you looking for something? Okay. Yeah. You want to come in? Well, I got some time right now. In fact, everybody can hear. Okay, come on in and. Yeah. Doug might be joining us in a minute here. He's okay. I told him I thought you might be working on the plumbing today. Okay, I know you can't hear him, so we'll just wait here. He's a little busy. He be with us in a minute, I think. He's got to ask me for some input on something, so anyway, It's kind of a cool day here. We've got like 70 degrees and a breeze. Last night I knew no wind was coming, but I got an alert that said strong wind warning or strong winds soon, and I thought, no, there's no winds coming. And just a minute, excuse me. I told you I was making a video, and that yes, yes. So anyway, um I thought there's no winds, strong winds coming, 'cause I can sense them, and then the birds will be real quiet and different things, different signs to know. And the tops of the trees blew a little bit around, but that was about it. So it wasn't. I'm more accurate with my weather reports than anything I hear just from my senses. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what he's doing, but he said give him a couple of minutes. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just talking and shooting the breeze because I know like my best friend is at work, and it's a good time to listen to other people when you're busy. A lot of times too, I like to turn on different people I listen to and just turn it up and keep busy. That's I love YouTube for that reason. It's pretty cool. So I hope everybody had a nice holiday or day off if you had one. You know, mine was okay. Could be better. Like I said, my body temperature was thrown off. So through ignorance or neglect or whatever the case may be, for the thousandth time in my life by people I let close to me. And such is life, huh? Yeah. I know a friend that gets stalked like that too, on a big, big way, because they're trying to stop his energy on this planet. Even trying to use me to do that. That's not going to work. You know? When we're guided by the one true God and our King, the true Lord of Lords, there's only one of them. But other people on this planet are guided by the other guy. That's pretty obvious. Those are the ones that oppose you and I. That's a fact. And you can tell by the things they say. I think we'll probably hear some of that coming up here in anticipation of it. something off. I might have to set this down and cut some of it out of it too. You never know. But yeah. Yeah. So, what does everybody think about the United Nations and NATO? And what do you think about our broken treaty with Russia? Do you think they would have any reason to be upset? How about the Native Americans and their broken treaties? Would there be any reason on God's green earth why those people would be upset with the United States? how dishonorable, disgusting. It's yeah, disgraceful to be a part of and to be called an American, you know, or God bless America. How about the rest of the world? Do we get to God bless them too? Or does that only pertain to those posing as Christians? Yeah. I did share a um, Waylon Jennings song of like we're free because of the men that died for us. No, no man died for you except for Christ. And we really are not free, maybe in our hearts free and in our minds of that what must be a tumultuous way of life with the chaos, but it leaves us a little bit chaos free unless our buttons are pushed beyond what is normal. That actually infringes on, like I say, attempted murder that we may not be able to prove, but we know that it's true, you know. So anyway, I don't know what he's doing, but that's okay. No clue. Yeah. So, oh yeah, the one firework I saw last night was one of them great big ones, and it was red, white, and blue. That was pretty, you know. I did go sit down and I told Doug, why don't you go film it, and then I'll put it up on YouTube on his channel. He said he didn't think he had a channel. I said, you wouldn't be able to comment on mine if you didn't, you know. Yeah. So yeah, he does. He just hasn't been on there. He has never uploaded anything, but he said he'd share it in my Facebook Messenger. I don't know. I can put a link to it, but probably nobody's gonna watch it anyway because everybody, if you live in the United States, you probably saw fireworks, or they have them on TV or whatever, you know. So, huh? I don't know what he said something about that he was gonna say something about to the people that threaten my life. Well, he doesn't have to threaten my life. He actually does things that could, if not take it, hamper it. So I don't know what he expects to say, but I'm sure it will be good. You know, you don't change the temperature on people when they're sensitive like that, have been through fevers and strokes and sicknesses and stuff. You just don't. It's like in a retirement home. They keep it like in a hospital. They'll keep it like 75 degrees is and constant. Even when I was working in hospitals and retirement homes, I would get hot because working with clothes on, um, a lot of times, excuse me, uh, I would get really hot working in there, but it had to be hot for the people that lived there because a lot of them were immobile. And so they had to keep their body temperature up. You'll see little old men and women sitting around in their sweaters and stuff with blankets covering them, and because their circulation is off because they're not busy. And so I have um, my arthritis can keep my bones cold, and I can be hot and feverish at the same time. So I got like a weird um, temperature regulation on my body is not the even my blood pressure is different. So yeah, I'm different in that respect because of injuries, you know, not because I'm supernatural or anything. No, so I may be superwoman, but I'm not supernatural. You know, at least not right now. I've had visions. Do any of you get visions, or have you had any visions of things that have come true on this planet, or that will come true? If you've had ones that have come true, and you have more of them that might come true, they probably will, because you have proof of what already has. So it kind of gives you some faith in the future like that, if you've ever been in that position. Or if you're in danger, like you can't prove you're in danger, but say you walk into like an establishment or um, wherever, you walk into an area of the city or something, and it's just like a foreboding feeling that you get, and you move yourself out of that situation to come to find out that something horrible did happen or was going to happen. It's instincts, you know. Well, now I'm starting to think Doug doesn't want to talk on camera. I don't know why. Yeah, he might. He's brazen. There's nothing people with his mindset won't say to appear to be like other people. They'll say it all. If they learn it from somebody else, they'll say it. That's what narcissists do. They emulate other people, their humanity, you know. You can't fake that one, you know. That's something we either have or we don't. I don't think most people really are human. I think they're legions at this point on this planet. And I believe that because God told my heart not to be sad at a lot of things that I would typically be horrified about, if that makes sense. With the crisis actors and some of these other things going on in the world that might not be exactly what we think we see. Robin, if you're watching this, um, I think Stephen James Deshawn actually does love you as a friend, would want to be a friend. It's just that I think he hates women. I think he hates women. So it's no problem with these men loving other men, or women that would even accept men dressing as women. They just hate women, you know? Yes, that's exactly what it's saying to women on this planet. We hate you. We want to erase you. We want to pretend to be like you, not because we love you, because we love each other. Then why dress like a woman? You know, Why don't you just accept the fact that you're ungodly, a godless, wicked, low vibing, dishonorable piece of crud, scum sucking. I'll leave it there. I think I made my point clear. And the ones that would promote that, you're scum suckers too. And that's probably not all you suck on. Tit baby. I hate men that disrespect women. I fucking hate you. You're cowards. You're ungodly. There's nothing pastoral and leadership about you. Demeaning and talking down to women. You're a disgusting, vile, insipid, cruddy old piece of shit. And no amount of facelifts and no amount of vitamins and plant-based food is gonna help your stupid, scrawny ass. I think I made my point, but I'm not done. I don't think I'm done. You know, I swear you do this on purpose, dude. And yeah, I know you don't like that dude. Yeah, I have a skater friend that somebody watched that says dude all the time because that's how he was raised, you know, his environment. Heart of gold. Also a martial artist, you know. That's a pretty big deal. Darn right it is. You know, don't think it isn't. What does the word martial imply? Do you know? How about artist? You know? Yeah, well, you're a real work of art yourself. Even with women that bodybuild, unless they're taking steroids, there's certain parts of us, like here, that are a lot thinner than a man, you know, like where a man's back will be like this wide, a woman's like this, even if she's a bodybuilder, you know. But yeah, no, they don't look like men, Lionel. Only women that take steroids. Yeah, because I can bench press over 400 pounds and I can deadlift more than that, you know. And I can do a standing press with about 230 pounds right now. Probably more if my arm heals. But yeah, no. There's some women that and women athletes that aren't bulky. They're just muscular and lean, you know. And it beats the hell out of being bony and weak. It really does. And you can't start it. Well, you can start it when you're older. I mean, it's going to help. But if you haven't been doing that all your life and only occasionally, you just go sit down, you know. Keep using your mouth because that's your best weapon and your only one. So I think all women and children should be taught martial arts because there's not enough men that are going to defend them in this crazy world that other men are promoting to put them in danger. So that's my opinion. If anybody's close to me, like maybe 10,000 Lakes, BC, I would not hurt you. But if you would like to learn some defensive moves, swing in. We'll have some coffee if you want lunch or whatever, and I'll teach you some stuff. And really, if anybody ever wants to learn any self-defense, I can help you out like that. And that includes boxing. Nobody is quicker than me or is going to, like I do a judo punch an inch away from you. If I have an inch, I can break a bone. So, yes, I pride myself in my skills, you know. That's what a master is, you know, when you master something. So anyway, and yeah, I would have loved to have combated Bruce Lee. I'm not saying he wouldn't have wiped the floor with me, but I would have been one of his best students. That's a fact. He didn't look very scary because he's, you know, like a little guy, you know. But he also was a little guy that started working out when he was tiny, you know. Even his 4-year-old son could reach in and rip your heart out when he was 4 years old. And his father taught him that because Red China was a thing and still is a thing and was after his family. So they moved to America to get away from them, and they did slaughter most of his family, his parents, aunts, uncles. So this is all real combative stuff that these people had to learn to save themselves, and that's a position I've been in all my life, and I can totally relate. You know, got to confront those monsters. Yeah, I mean, it's the way it is, you know. Now, somebody came up to me and was actually going to one-on-one try and hurt me. That's one thing. You can expect that, but when you have people that pose as a friend or a loved one and then do things that actually harm you, how do we prove that that's a crime? You know? It is. It's criminal. Criminal minds. You know? I'm not out here wishing anybody bad. You know? Not in all reality. Wish for somebody to have a awakening in a certain area. Yeah, I might think something, project something for that reason. But nothing I do is evil or intended with smite or anger or wrath or anything like that. Not yet. So far, so good. You know, but it's that old thing, you know, like stop poking the sleeping bear. It's stupid, you know. And I'm usually okay, and then I hear some dumb son of a bitch out there saying something stupid again. And from what some people say, their parents raised them right. Why was your dad off kilter also attracted to other men? That might explain why you are like you are, you know? Just speaking what's on my mind. I'm telling you that this language is putting women and children in danger. I've seen it with my own eyes, and not just towards me. So, you know, that's somebody's got to defend real women. Wouldn't you agree? I think it's important. I'm not including women that would accept more than two genders. I am not including them as a real woman. You people are not men and women. You are a part of the circus. That's a fact. Yeah. It's pretty sad what people will do for money or out of confusion or um, neglect for the truth. People that would do anything for money, or almost anything, huh? Pretty sickening. And you think that these men dress like women love women? You're as sick as they are. So, this is acceptable to you in our world? It's not a part of a show. You want this example to be our world for the next generations. You want that to be acceptable, is what you're telling me. You expect me to tell single mothers alone with their children that these type of men are acceptable in our society. Shame on you, for real. And mothers that would like dress their children up in rainbow shit, and you fuckers are so regressed. But then again, you don't want to abide by the laws of God, so that gives you a leeway right there to try and run over anybody that does. And nobody's gonna say a peep. Is that what you're thinking? Or hoping? So what's it gonna be like in your world of all men? Or are we experiencing that as I speak? if you're a real woman, you might want to claim your authority on this planet over the fake ones and call them fake like they are. It is a mental disorder, or it's evil. Take your pick. We don't pacify wickedness. And if you don't see it as wicked, your thought process is lacking on reality. You need a reality check. Like I said, this isn't some theater play. This is real life. These are real people. There are women and children out there alone and afraid right now. And I know them. And I'm not taking too kindly to all this, what's happening to them, with the permission of men that should be standing up for them but aren't. By being quiet, you are permissible in this situation. And I hope you enjoy that big hunk that's going to be climbing up your ass like it is the rest of us. And praise your father, Satan, for giving you the money you need for your wrinkled up face to be lifted again in another 10 years. Which, by the way, is not going to help the rest of you. But then again, I heard that those blood baths you fucking weirdos take help with that. Or killing babies for adrenochrome. How long's it been since you had some of that, huh? Anyway. Oh, so now I guess the scary, scary Bozo the Clown man dressed like a woman had an AK and other weapons in Philly, and now that's the reason why this off-kilter individual was out there killing people, because why? Go on now. Why, I don't know. I guess now it's a thing, because now what they're calling it, a cross dresser. Eh, whatever. Don't really hear much about it on the mainstream media, from what I can see from the headlines out there. Not a whole lot really said about it. And I think it is to ensue more fear and hatred out of people. And it's really the men that aren't standing up for the women that are causing the harm in the society. It's not the actual weirdos that are doing it. They're to blame too, of course. But the ones that are helping them are the worst perpetrators. Yeah. So I wonder why that would be even brought up. Why would it be an issue if it's so acceptable in our society that there's more than two genders? Which there's not, again, I tell you. You fucking idiots that would promote such a thing. Uh, yeah, if it's so acceptable, just like black or white, why bring up the skin color or the gender? Why would it matter then? You know, cross dresser. Why don't they just say a man? Why a man in a dress? Why would that make a difference on if you get a hole poked in you? Is it gonna matter what color the person, what clothes they were wearing when they're doing that damage? Do you think it matters how they walk into God's house? No, because you're trying to walk in there like that and it's not being accepted, can't you tell? Not by family minded people. Family minded people are not accepting this. It's the ones that aren't because of what you've experienced in your life. It's time to be honest, unless you entirely want no society, unless the only society you want resembles a sodomite society. And then where, I ask, is the real woman in that situation? Surrounded by what? And why? I'm telling you why. It's to erase the natural woman and to leave her vulnerable where she doesn't really have a choice but to either comply with the rest of weirdos or to be shunned. And you're psychotic. You are a psychopath. These are mental disorders these people are displaying, and you think it's some kind of parade and circus for your enjoyment. How demented can you get? And to use the rainbow, our sign of hope from Christianity, like another slap in our faces. Got some, maybe Pampers will come out with rainbow colored diapers. I had my baby raped, by the way, and I was raped when I was a baby. So, yeah, let's just promote this stuff, shall we? Let's sexualize these tiny little beings because we don't care, because you don't look at the whole scope of the situation. So, when did women stop being protected? I'm not talking about your gay bite bitch. I'm talking about real women, even ones that wouldn't use language like I just did. I'm talking about your feminine, not the fake, not the fake get on camera and act like you're some kind of rosy, fucked up, stupid with your smeared on, caked on fucking crap. I'm talking about women that spent night and days working hard for their families, and they're tired and they're sore, and a lot of them are alone. Who's protecting them? There's men that are with women that act big and tough, sound big and tough, can bully their women, they're loud around their women and children, but in all reality, they're weak like little girls. That's why they have to scream like some kind of misfit monster, because they are not a real man. And that's how the mentally unstable men act on this planet. So if you're out there acting like that, just know that, yeah, there is a dark tetrad scale, with sadism being the fourth from the triad to the tetrad, with more studies now that we can determine your personality no matter how you try to hide. And we can pinpoint you and hopefully, well, at least execute the laws of God upon you, whether you want to accept them or not. That doesn't have any bearing on it. You just don't think there's a judgment day for you. Well, what if I told you it's already come and passed? Is that Carole King's song? It's too late, baby, now. It's too late. Though I really did try to make it, something inside has died, and I can't hide, and I just can't fake it. I think those are the words. So, it's too late, baby. You are starting to sign your name out of the book, and you've already got your first name down. Is how close we are. You're about ready to sign the final chapter on your stupidity. It's a death warrant. You sign your own death warrant on this planet by your integrity. And that is male and female, not combined. It's a heart and a soul thing, has nothing to do with our physiology. It's understanding the other. Not the fake other, not the sister that's a brother. No, I am not talking to you. You're a planted part of the problem. I'm talking to you people that talk down to other people as goyim and make money off of them with your craft and your witchcraft and your wizardry, and think that you're going to succeed in any way. So, yeah, I get a little more than combative. Nothing worse, and there's no other strength than adrenaline that comes into me than a man that would think of hurting me. I would rip your throat out with my bare hands if you came near me, slap you this way and grab you the other one so quick you'd be off your feet. You have no clue, none whatsoever. And you're just the type of person I would like to invite to spar with me. So keep punching your fists and your hands. Keep doing that at me. I hate that shit. And yes, I do feel threatened by it. I feel threatened by a man that will call another man a woman. You are unsafe to be around. No children should be around you, ever, for good reason. You put them in danger with your acceptance and not standing up for what the truth is and what is a normal family. And I'll fight to the death for that. Either with my words or whatever. And like I say, if you're a man and you want to combat me, I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt you bad. Just the thought that you would even think that, because I have mad skills. That's where you put yourself in danger in so many ways. Any man that would think that of hurting a woman with his mouth or physically, you deserve to be hurt. Yes, you do. And I wouldn't even punch you. I'd backhand you so hard you'd go flying off your feet. And then I'd step on your throat and it would be over. Think what you want. I see your opening pinhead. Actually, no, it wouldn't be your stupid little head. I'd break your legs. Or something like that. So yeah, I got put in the frame of mind again, and I probably do need to start listening to something a little more substantial in the morning. So when I think I'm going to have sanity and I'm confronted with the clown show of the regressed, you know, that's probably a good name for this video, you know. It probably is, and I should probably leave it there too. And it doesn't look like Doug's coming back in to talk. He said he had needed to get my advice on something he's doing, but then he went back and is doing something else. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have one more cigarette with you and talk for a while. I saw JP Reacts has a redhead lady on there. I think it could even be his sister. She is funny. They're doing some really good skits. If you watch them, yeah. I like her. She's a good addition. So, funny lady. I like her hair. It's freaking red and kind of curly and long like his, but it's just cool, cool hair. Yeah. Curly hair is so hard to comb. Especially if it's a little thicker. But anyway, I don't know. I was thinking about all the money that we have sitting over in Ukraine, and now they say that Russia is bombing like a lot of the tanks and different things that we sent over there, and just everything seems so contrived, it just seems surreal and unreal. Not that I don't, like I say, I believe that the people in Ukraine have been displaced. But it's just like when they went into like Portland here in Oregon and destroyed that city, and what they did in like Los Angeles and different cities in Minneapolis. They trashed the fifth precinct down there, and just contrived to get people up in arms, to get more people out on the street so they can implement their martial law, you know, just to get people in riots and up in arms and upset with each other. And I'm no more upset than I am any other day, you know, with all of this. Nothing changes. It's same old, same old. Nothing new under the sun. Under the sun. Yeah. Not the fake God you worship, the one who made everything. I don't mean you. I mean the one I'm not too thrilled about today. What a way to start out the new week, hey? Telling some smeared up, caked up piece of shit with a penis that they're a she. Where are your scruples? That's terrible. Well, maybe you'll lose the ability to talk if you don't use your words right. I saw that happen to somebody. She turned into a babbling idiot. Actually, she couldn't even babble because she was a liar and a dishonorable, wicked person. So I really do think that was sweet justice. But you're actually lying to people by telling them what is not true. When you promote a man as a woman, you are lying to the woman for that, to the women and the children for that man. And I hope that's who you get to spend eternity with, is your male counterpart being the same, and you don't deserve women in your life at all because you're not protective of them. So anyway, that's probably about it today. My mind's never going to change on this. Never. It's never going to be accepted in real families. The whole world will turn into Fruit Loop Central, and that's all you'll have. Do you really want that? You don't think that you can encourage people to straighten up and fly right and tell people there are only two genders so the children don't get confused? You don't think that's important? I think it's very important. That's called doing what is right. That's the right thing to do. It's called the truth. Try that. Might not make you much money. You might not be very popular because there's a lot of young, confused, and on drugs people that probably wish they could be set straight by the older generation, that they would care. There's probably a lot of people like that. I know I have younger people that listen to me, younger than my children, that appreciate the fact that I care about them. And those are the ones I'm really talking for. Like I've said before, either stand up or sit down. There's no in between on this. What are you going to crouch? Oh, what is that? Um, Crouching tiger, hidden lion, or what is that? Crouching for some reason, anyway, huh? What is that? Slinking and lurking. Okay, everybody. Yeah, I've said enough. It's sad. It's a bad day at Black Rock, baby. Bad day today. Not really, it's a song. It's some lyrics from a song. There was a Black Rock in heaven where the first angel was killed. So that's actually what the song is about. Okay, everybody, thank you for joining me. Have a really nice night or day wherever you're at. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Talk to you soon.